세러데이 쇼다운 젠지 스포츠 대 OK저축은행 브리오.
Shut down a bit more by the Alistair. And now for Viper deciding the pick. He is hovering the 380 carries you'd expect. Well, flicking between them and looking like they're going to go for the Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa into Xayah, a matchup we've seen a lot of times before. A lot of follow-up, especially when you have an Alistair and an Ahri to give you that setup. So I think both teams can be pretty happy with the draft that's come through. I think ultimately, you know, DRX have this Jace in the top lane, they have this Talia that can impact the map well, but they also have this Neferi, which is a very feast or famine champion. Nautilus as well can end up feeling so squishy, especially into like a Rumble, Ahri, Alistair composition. If you end up falling behind, you'll really get punished. So I think...
Yeah, it's definitely possible. We'll see if they can catch HLE sleeping here, but Zeus on the Rumble, definitely a scary prospect. Let's jump onto the Rift for game number 1. I thought once a Giga Chad, always a Giga Chad, you know? And then you gotta always vote for bro. You gotta pay your bro tax.
Yep.
Degon, you know, he's in the chat. He's doing in the chat anyway. But as a professional here at the LCK, I think he should be required to always vote for them as well.
I agree. This is a flashless Alistair. This should be a pretty easy setup for a kill.
Yeah, the timing of this as well. And he's going to get hooked. But it does take a bit of damage. But Delight is so low, I think Sponge might just be able to kill him by himself. He doesn't even have cooldowns to knock this dog away. The flash on in, and Delight is in a lot of trouble. First Blood also given over to Teddy. And that is pretty gigantic for him. Let's see if Peanut can get something going here as they're trying to take out Pleta. And now Sponge in a bit of trouble. The burst damage coming out from Viper's passive. And they will trade it back. So Peanut...
1 and 2. Maybe round 2. At the start of round 2 could be.
Yeah.
But yeah, still a while away for now. They are looking for Pleta here.
He's going to get the Aftershock off, but he doesn't have flash, and he can't hook to a wall. So you talked about this Nautilus having trouble for the first one. Now he's going to use it to secure the second one, and now Sponge just going to get zoned away, goes into his untargetable. But here comes Zeka in with the Spirit Rush, and DRX, I think they stuck around for way too long, and they will be punished for it. The flash on in from Peanut as he is feasting on them. Oh, a lot of feathers, though, and now maybe they chased a little bit too far. Zeka, though, is trying to rejoin. They both get stunned on the rocks, and this is turning into a very dirty fight, but still, it looks like HLE Esports barely will come out ahead.
Zeka has no mana, but Viper had lethal tempo stacked up. Yukal backs away. And HLE coming out ahead in that fight, but Teddy nearly making an advantage in this matchup, but also a bit of a CS lead for Viper over Teddy.
Oh, smited that away, did Peanut, and yeah, Sponge is going to get untargetable, but he gets knocked up here as well. The knockback from the Drake actually going to help a little bit. There's a nice hook from Pleta, but already the Spirit Rush has been used. So they're not going to overcommit onto that one, but it should mean that HLE Esports do get this Drake.
Yeah, in a normal situation, baiting the ult of Zeka and get him in this low could mean that DRX can go for a fight, but they already committed Teddy to the top side. Oh, we're going to see a look in here.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to go for it. Might as well. Nice little steal. And as Neferi, maybe he can do something. He's going to go untargetable, but no flash, and yeah, he's going to pay for it with
laning.
Yeah.
Don't really inspire joy for a team fight when you have Catalyst. Oh, no. But,
preparing to scale. Yeah, he's getting TP'd behind. Pleta does have his flash, and the TP takes about 5 million years. Now they're just going to turn up to Zeka, though, and he gets blown up immediately, and Pleta is able to get away as well. The feathers are on the ground. It looks like DRX do not want to overcommit. They got their pick, and they'll just back away for now. A lot of low health bars on their side. They might still try to compete for this one.
Rich TP back in. Pleta's going to take a while longer. Look at this flank from Delight, though.
Oh, boy. Yukal in a lot of trouble. The flash on in into the equalizer there. Just burnt to a crisp in the choke points. Teddy looks like he barely does survive. Rich does get back, and they are going to turn it here onto Delight, but you're trading your life just for the support, and you're going to lose these grubs that had, like, 100 health with his ult up, like has to hammer jump straight into them, right?
Yeah.
We have another fight brewing here as HLE getting pretty deep for this one. All that damage on the Sponge, that was only Zeka.
Yeah, something to say is that we're seeing the Malignance build.
Generally have my ult at this time, but oh, I'm not building Malignance anymore. HLE are going to get another Drake, it looks like. I say another. They're going to start another Drake. This time they should get this one.
Yeah, they kind of had a lock on all these neutral objectives this game. I actually think that's why the steal earlier from Sponge was pretty significant, because will we see DRX contest it? Rich does have TP, but he's a Jace. You kind of want him there a bit early. Alternatively, could just... Okay, he's TPing in. They want to make this a fight.
I'm just not sure if they're going to be able to. Look at this! CC chain comes in onto Sponge. The Kai'Sa ult goes in. Viper is very deep on this one. Doesn't have his flash. Maybe assumed he would, but he just kind of went in and traded his life for it. But still, Zeus here with the equalizer. They're just holding the token, waiting. They're going to drop that one on top of Teddy and just zone him from the head. Probably not. So I felt like that was also a good change.
Zeka does have his ult, as he will in most scenarios with his Malignance.
Do you think Rich has his ult?
I'm going to wager yes, if he's looking for this play.
Probably, yeah.
Probably. We'll see if he ends up using his ult in this situation. Does use his ult.
He did miss his shock blast onto Zeka. And so Rich takes more damage. Pletta's just kind of here. He's got a disengage cone to help him out.
Yep, managed to dip away from that one. A lot of cover for Zeka there, but you'd be forgiven for just not fighting this. And DRX take the reserved call, which I think is also the correct call. And now looking for Rich in the bot. Oh no, Rich. Back off, back off, back off.
Oh, they're TPing in. They want to fight this as the TP came out first, and Rich is going to flash on over to it, but he might just be dead anyway. As Peanut, though, is going to get knocked back. It looks like he doesn't want to go for the fight, neither does Zeus anymore. Down does come Zeka, though. You can see on the minimap, he's about to get here, looking for Rich. Misses the charm, doesn't matter, gets the kill as the misflash. No! Nobody wanted to see that, especially UCal and the guys on DRX. As a nice hook does come in from the side of Pleta, but might just index them into another fight here as Peanut is still going in, finally gets taken down, but he will be traded out as 2 kills goes to Zeus.
Has damage, but unfortunately getting hit by that charm kind of rendered it a little bit moot. And now Sponge just getting run down by Viper and the light. Red buff killing him.
Yeah, can somewhat steal it away. I don't know how you somewhat steal away an objective. Let's see. He's going to get over the wall. He goes on target. He steals it away. Sponge, the hero play. And he even gets a kill here on a Peanut. Not half bad. As now the withdrawals come in, but that's going to be a lot of money that does go over to HLE Esports anyway. We'll see if they can get some kills, but Zeka does go golden. That means that Teddy can't really join the fight, so it's just 800 extra gold given over to Hanwha. As Teddy here is going to be equalized. No flash available, but he does have his Blade Caller. As, the timing a little bit late there from Teddy.
Yeah, I think the cooldown wasn't quite available. His member, and he just wasn't present. And now it's going to be Dragon for Baron, which is definitely not a good trade. Not even one they're wanting to take.
We've seen so many fights like this where DRX are desperately trying to get in. Pleta has to frontline. He's just going to go down. As now, Miss Charm, nice dodge there from UCal. But that's a kill on to Pleta. It does mean that HLE Esports will back off of the Baron, though. So no objective comes in as that charm on the Fury never really going to hit, as they might just look for the Dragon instead.
The light's on the flank.
Yeah, the light is here. And now Teddy might just die first. He does have the withdrawal, but he's not in the fight anymore, as over the rocks go Peanuts, but he just doesn't care as Sponge goes untargetable, and they're just being hunted down one by one. Maybe Sponge gets away because he is Nefiri. But I think HLE Esports are okay with that.
Oh, the equalizer misses, as does the Void Seeker. He can heal off this Gromp. And it's a lot of low health bars, actually. There's no TP for DRX, though. I feel like if Rich came over, I honestly think they could have made something off. It's like how low HLE are, but I guess they just take... We'll see if DRX can hold them off. They might have to give this one up.
Yeah, I mean, Equalizer comes down, and the flash on in from Zeus. He wants blood right now. Goes incredibly deep for it, and yes, he will go down, but he sets up the fight for his team. He says, I want to be done with this game right now. I'm not wasting any time, as that guy just dies to the burn, and Zeka goes in. He is just rolling his face over the keyboard right now, as nobody can get away from him here, as it looks super pretty on the side of Zeka, as once again he has his moments right at the end of the game.
Just decimation, you know, there's some nice steals, some Sponge, some decent plays at times, but for the most part this was a HLE favored game, and this final push from them, they made it clear they have a gold lead, they know how to pull it off, and Zeus wants this game over.
When you've already got Talia, it didn't feel very good. Also, UCal not able to do too much. It just felt like they got too far behind before he really hit his spikes. And even after that, wasn't able to be too much of a factor.
That's one thing with like the Roa sort of build for the Talia compared to the Malignance for the Ahri. You know, you spike much sooner. You're not waiting to get that level.
A lot of pokes, so...
Yeah, I'm just thinking
It's just, that's Braum in isolation.
Yeah.
What does it
also,
do for the team?
Okay,
There's
it's
the Blitzcrank.
Nidalee top.
I called it.
Okay, okay. So they end up with a Blitzcrank support. It's going to be the Nidalee top. We saw the Shy play this AD Nidalee top, and it's going to be the Maokai jungle. So flexing very hard here. And keeping us guessing till the last minute. Not going to be fun for Rich on the Scion.
Yeah, I think, you know, holding it as a potential flex until the very end makes it even stronger. You know, you don't have to pick the Blitzcrank, right? You could have just said, okay, we can just go for something else in the Scion, but you can just also play the Nidalee and throw it up there.
I'll be real, this is very much a snowball sort of game.
Blitzcrank combo before, we're going to see it once again, even into the Ezreal. We'll see how much value they can get, especially from ahead. It is very oppressive. Let's see as we hop into the Rift for game number 2.
Other than playing Nidalee top.
Yeah, just another normal day for Zays.
Yeah, just standard. Why are we surprised, honestly, at this point?
I was going to mention it, but it just felt like so obvious that Peanut would be playing Nidalee.
You channel your Q, and Nidalee hops out, and then she just autos you with Grasp.
Yeah.
Not fun at all. I just want to make this very clear. This is hell for top laners, honestly. Just playing into something like a Nidalee top.
You also stand still when you're channeling your Q as Scion, so it's a free spear.
Yeah, and the thing is as well, you're playing Skarner Scion top jungle.
Yeah.
In fact,
place.
Yeah.
So it's just a feels bad moment for him as Zeka in a bit of trouble. He is going to go forward though, and actually he's just avoiding the Skarner entirely. A Sponge will get the first blood at least, and does flash away. Peanut should be able to. Yep, there's the Q. Does trade it back.
So 1-for-1, all summoners traded. Both junglers getting the kills. So not really much to come for. Oh, Sponge.
Well, he doesn't have his flash, so he's just dead. Gonna use his burrow to get into the Maokai, as he wasn't able to get out. So gonna expand that 1-for-1 into a 2-for-1.
Yeah,
favor of Hanwha.
Quite sure how that came to be. Viper's taking a lot of beating in the bot lane for that support move from Delight, but I'm kind of phase rush is also what we've seen Scions go in a range matchups. Even
well, Zeka, he's very pushed up and he doesn't have his flash. He does have Emperor's Divide and he is Azir, so this is part of the reason why we play Azir in the game. Essentially, you just have to try to survive and farm under turret and just ult in team fights and be a team fight presence. Because you're never going to win against Nidalee. It's not going to happen. Peanut did get in here and did pick up a grub, so steals one away. Sponge in a lot of trouble. There's the Maokai and Blitzcrank synergy, and Sponge will just be going down here. They're going to give the kill over to Zeka.
I don't get how they're being surprised by these situations. Like, yes, you had a window to start up the grubs, and you could have gotten 2 and left, but it just, like, you know, you have Yukal recalling, and yet you're still there, right? You're still trying to do these grubs, trying to just finish all 3. It just feels like DRX are being very...
out of hand already. It's getting very out of hand.
It is an AD Nidalee, so it's not like... Oh.
Yeah, I mean, you're just going to get hooked here, though. Not under turret, though. There's the stun. Delight gets locked down by the 2 of them. Level 6 here, hit by Teddy right on time. Delight just was not able to...
And the Blitzcrank, not very effective in the 2v2. You know, they obviously picked it for the synergy with the Maokai. Delight's gotten great value so far this game, specifically in the 2v2. And no cleanse on Viper, by the way.
Yeah, he does use his Ghost, so he avoids the Q. And that's going to mean that they just have to back away, especially with the Blitzcrank coming back here.
But a great dodge there from Viper. And here, that's that final auto. The W into ult is why it does so much damage.
It's perfect from Teddy, layering the damage. And nicely done by Pleta as well to set it up. Sponge going around as Delight tries to help out his buddy Viper here. Going to pull the Skarner away, but Viper in so much trouble. Does flash at the right at the end of it, but Teddy will still pick up the kill. So now we've got
Scion, who's pretty, you're gonna get value no matter. Oh,
yeah. Zeus doesn't really care.
Channel the full Q and hard to say.
We're looking for another dive here. Viper, no Ghost, no flash, and no support. Gets over the ult as Teddy, and the hook is gonna miss as well, as he is super duper dead. Teddy picks up a 3rd kill as well.
Teddy clean with it. Didn't even take cleanse this game. That much confidence now being collapsed on though. Zeka has ult, has flash. What can they do to outplay this? First Q misses.
TP comes in. That's how they're going to try to outplay it. Oh, but the deny on the TP. And now Zeka's like, oh, I guess we'll just kill the Braum here. Thank you very much. Pleta with no flash here, but does throw the ult out. And Sun comes in. Zeka in a bit of trouble. And Teddy is just so strong already.
Yeah. Oh, now looking for Zeus.
He does have his flash, but should take a little bit of pressure off at least.
Some good moves coming out from DRX. Actually got a goal lead right now. They will sacrifice these 3 grubs, but already having 2 in the fight. Oh no, Teddy's aware. Can he get out?
Back.
Zeka could stop his back again. Okay, they're gonna have to TP the Silent a little bit defensively. They were planning a swap anyway, because grubs are now down in this situation. But I think also Rich just trying to secure that they don't go for a dive. How much it actually means.
Yeah. Well, they're going to be looking for Zeka here, who does go for the flash and the dash to get away.
Yeah, Rich stops his ult a little early. I mean, I think Sponge not having ult means they probably weren't going to get that kill anyway. But there's a lot of mixed damage.
Yeah.
With this build.
Zeus, of course, does not care about the Scion. Scion almost doesn't exist. There's that wave clear you were talking about. Here's the Maokai ultimate down on the bottom side. Probably looking for the hook here onto the Braum, but Zeka in a bit of trouble. Goes in, gets the double sweep, but the follow-up is not quite there. Zeka in a lot of trouble, as is Sponge, but Sponge survives for so long, and so does Zeka. Finally gets traded out. That's a 4th kill over to Teddy. This Ezreal is gigantic.
And the Q hit. They don't end up going for him.
Yeah.
Sapling will slow them down. Trade of kills. The Dragon goes over to DRX. And Rich once again having fun.
Yeah. I love watching this matchup.
Yeah.
From the Nidalee perspective.
The Hollow Radiance, so, you know, it has that effect where when you kill a minion, it does like the AoE. And I think that's basically the game plan, is you just do this.
Nidalee, but he's played so much Maokai and was undefeated on it for a very long time. And certainly a legendary pick for this player as well. And right now, 2-0 and 2-0, he's ahead. 2-0 and 2, he's ahead on farm as well.
I think it would have been even funnier if they'd gone Shyvana and then flexed that top. That would have really had the fans on edge.
Oh boy. Nobody wants to see that. Peanut's here, but you have 3 members trying to gank in Nidalee and in Maokai. A pretty difficult task. They're just going to turn onto Pleta. There's a TP coming in as well. Sponge gets the aggro. In goes Zeus, but there is Teddy right there. As now, Zeka gonna save his top laner. And Teddy, does he have the damage? No, he absolutely does not, and nearly dies for it as well. That would have been
Yeah, I would not go for that. Watch out for the saplings as well. Very scrappy fight again. It feels like DRX a little bit hesitant with the play. Ended up overstepping. The TP comes in from Zeka, which is the big turning point.
You got a sapling in a brush. Could have stopped the back again. Not going to happen, but Peanut trying. And, you know, Zeus, he's getting so incredibly strong. He's ahead on levels on everybody. He's level 12. He's getting multiple turrets as well. He's getting so much gold for the team.
Yeah, I feel like they need to address this. You know, I said that the Nidalee gold lead wasn't that relevant in terms of fights, but it's definitely, you just keep giving over structures, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, and I mean, considering the player that's playing it as well, like, I think Zeus is the guy that's going to get the most value out of this pick.
Yeah.
Out of anybody, so you can absolutely trust him. And now Rich, he tried to clear the wave, I guess. Maybe thought Zeus backed.
The thing is, he has no armor as well, so those Triforce procs are just absolutely shredding him.
Yeah, just needs to clear wave and try to back, but there's another wave coming in, and he's already got a back, so now he's coming back. Looking for the hook. He's going to find Pleta. That Braum in a lot of trouble, holding up the door, as he will actually be able to flash away and does barely get away. Viper not going to hit the Q. So a living Braum this time around.
But again, it's scrappy. They do manage to get the Herald, but they're not really getting anything else from it. And in the meantime, Zeus is now jungling.
Might as well. It is Nidalee. It's not AP Nidalee, but still.
It will eventually hit critical mass. And I think it's getting closer.
Yeah, especially when you're low on mana and you can't really abuse the Scion in lane as much. You might as well use that time to just come in here, go Cougar for him. And
oh, yeah, no, just take jungle camp, take everything.
Farms.
I don't know, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm curious. We haven't gotten a lot of top Nidalee here in the LCK.
Yeah.
First one in basically 10 years.
Over 10 years.
Yes, just barely. I'm glad you were paying attention.
Yeah, I was. And I feel like we're just seeing Rich's misfortune continue.
The turret's half dead. There wasn't even a wave there.
Yeah.
It's not fair. That's what happens when you blind pick Sion into Zeus as well. I mean, this is just going to happen. It didn't have to be 80 in Italy. It's just a little flare. As now, we got the ult coming out here from the Maokai. No follow-up from Delight, though. Now he's going to go for the hook as he gets a max-range hook onto Pleta, but he is Braum. And now we got the Impale here on a Zeka, who, yes, will get the shuffle into the Redemption as well. And he will survive for just long enough. They get Teddy, and he was really the only guy doing much of anything. As Yucal, he is Victor. Oh, comes in, he lives! Yucal lives! And Peanut can't quite get in range. Meanwhile, this is happening, but the team fight was much more interesting.
Yeah, and I still think, despite this being a win for DRX, barely. And meanwhile, that side lane is bleeding out. I think that there's a scenario where maybe DRX just took all these team fights by storm.
Go straight for this turret, as the TP does actually finish, as now, yeah, we're gonna have a second one coming on in. They're all grouping up for this one, as Rich in a lot of trouble. He doesn't really exist in this game, so that's the front line gone. At least one of them. 5 members of HLE barrel down mid.
It kind of felt like... Oh.
Yeah, Zeus just knows how strong he is, and he's not scared of anything. As Impale comes in, maybe he should have been a little bit more scared. Now he's going to flash away, and now he's got Redemption and his own heal, and hops over the wall. Kind of baits his team into a rough spot, but got Teddy's flash, so there's that.
Yeah, I think Zeus feels like, I'm so strong, I'm so fed. But Zeus is like, I'm so strong, and then he gets... Oh, speaking of Zeus...
What is Zeus doing? Where is he? Can he survive this time around? The answer is absolutely not. As the shutdown goes over to the Skarner, unfortunately, but here comes Yucal. It's going to be swept away. And meanwhile, Rich trying to keep the fight going.
So you remember I said that thing about the goal lead being a little fake on Italy.
I mean, he also doesn't have to be diving the enemy jungle 1v5.
No, you don't understand 80 middle top, right? You just...
I guess maybe he does,
You wouldn't get it. You wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Zeus has no TP up in 20 seconds. So this is a straight... Well, it's a 5v5 if you include Atakan, because he's doing a lot of damage to DRX right now.
Rich isn't actually real. Doesn't even have his ult. But they need Zeka here.
If Peanut gets in, it's so bad.
Well, they're going to try to zone there with the Scion Q. It will be successful. Zeka still chipping away. Some lower health bars, but a big Scion Q onto that backline into the Braum follow-up. And Viper and Delight are both dead. And there you go. Now we got an Impale onto Zeka. Follow-up should come in. I don't think he's getting out of this one. As yes, he will go down. That's a double kill now for Teddy. As here comes Zeus, though.
Get the plants, get the
plants. Got the front line. Zeus, he wants some of the plants, he wants some of the flowers. And he wants some kills as well. Double kill comes out for Peanut. And now they're looking for a bit more. The stun was big on the Zeus, but he gets another one. As down will go Peanut. And Zeus is all alone. This game is absolutely wild at this point.
He could kill you. Be really careful. Never mind.
Yeah, not into these 2 damage dealers. Just gonna get burst down.
Just keep her in the side lane and keep clearing the waves.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. Like, don't even try to Q her. Just Q the wave.
Yeah.
Like, just ignore the Nidalee. Yeah, no, that's not on the wave.
Yeah, just play the minions.
She can dash out of the Q. As yeah, okay, you ulted her this time. There's the stun. It's still Nidalee. He's just gonna heal himself. Why even bother? You got a Maokai ultimate coming in, trying to hold up the door. The Mikhails is there. And Change of Corruption there as well. Gonna target Yucal, actually. Jumps on over. Bit of damage, but a lot used by HLE. Now, Zeus, he's looking for the kill. Going under the turret. As Rich, he did not spend enough time clearing the wave. As down will go the turret. And Zeus can do whatever he wants.
HLE, no. The minions, Yucal, not the monsters.
But they look so similar. It's just a bigger version of the minions.
That's Krugs, okay? I mean, he is strong. Maybe he's gonna laser the little ones.
No, he missed them.
Okay.
Zeus got 65 gold.
Just the minions. Okay, it's yeah, and look at these ones. That's something.
You know that episode of SpongeBob where it's like the lid. Yeah, Rich, he doesn't have his ult, and he's actually taking a lot of damage here. He's alone. The Maokai ultimate comes out, and there you go. You can hook the Scion.
Wait, don't go for Dragon. Just go for Dragon. DRX, just go for Dragon. Let them have Baron. If they're already set up there, just go for the Dragon.
Take the Dragon.
Just take the Dragon.
Yucal is coming over here to stop the push, but just gonna try to save the base.
It's fine. Let the inhib go. Okay, just clear the minions.
Trying to take a 1v1 here. The Chaos Storm does come down here. As there is the DRX shield. The spear is going to land as now trying to hop on in, but the timing on the Zhonya's is great. Gets over the wall to Zeus as now he will go down. Did not have flash. And they got him.
Okay. It's going to be a little bit rough because just
the minions.
clear the minions.
The minions.
Clear the minions and team fight. Zeus doesn't even have Baron. Doesn't he? No, back up.
Okay, well, he says, I want to fight. And I'm gonna cue the Nidalee. TP's coming in.
He can just run away, though.
Yeah, the ult does hit him. And there's the Q. I mean, no flash yet. And
he's slowed.
He's slowed. He can't get away. It's a big shield, but eventually this Nidalee will go down. But meanwhile, we got a team fight going on. Big redemption. And now the angle is gigantic for Zeka. Picks up the two of them as you had one job. Kill the Nidalee and don't team fight. Because now we got a big Chaos Storm coming out here as well as Zombie Scion. And it's a lot of damage for Yuka. He's going to go down. The one job he had as well is also failed. HLE Esports with the Baron will just end the game.
Clutched defeat from the jaws of victory. DRX making some big mistakes, and HLE are there to punish, there to clean up. We saw the 80 Nidalee top from Zeus. It did its job swimmingly, and HLE will claim a 2-0 in this game. Just kill the minions. Just kill the minions.
Right here. Here it is. Okay. So they're going to kill Nidalee.
What is happening mid?
In mid, you need to run. Run away.
Okay, the light runs up. They're TPing in. I'm looking. I think the Maokai must have come through.
Yeah.
But they have Mikhail's. They could have just walked it off, no? Or was Mikhail's on cooldown? I don't know.
Maybe Sponge got hooked. I don't know.
Then let him die. You know, it's like it just gets weird because it's not just like those three die, but then Rich and Yukala, you're like, you know what? Solidarity.
It's about the power of friendship.
No man left behind.
I will die with you.
I will die with you. Yeah.
And did they say? They're like, oh, thank God.
You know what?
They knew it was close.
I think it's unfair for us to feel frustrated about this game. Because you know who really feels frustrated about this game? The coaches. They will. I can only imagine. I can only imagine.
I mean, you could tell by the reaction of the HLE Esports members. They're like, "Oh, thank God, that was very close."
Not many games.
They knew they were on the ropes potentially.
You don't win many games against Hextech Soul. You definitely don't win many games against Ruinous buffed Hextech Soul. And yeah, I mean, again, like the gold graph doesn't look super favorable, but it's all on Zeus. And Zeus.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Dear for the POM interview translation, joined by Zeus on the side of HLE Esports. Congratulations! What a flawless performance by HLE Esports for that 4th win in a row. How do you feel? You know, I feel like we lost with a pretty bad performance during the opening match, but I'm just really glad that we're able to come back with such improved performance lately. And Game 2 had a feisty pick. Top Nidalee that has reappeared in the LCK after 3,683 days. So, did you insist on playing her? What was the story behind this pick? You know, I saw the top Nidalee pick in LPL, and I had been really just waiting for this moment to pick her and bring her up in the top lane, and I'm just really glad that I found this moment. So what are some pros and cons of playing her on stage? I feel like for Nidalee, I think you have to really push and be proactive in the side lanes, but I ended up getting killed once, and I think the most important part is not making a mistake with her. Regardless, you were so aggressive with pushing some of the turrets. Did you have any, did you think there is any standout moments from any of your teammates today? You know, because I wasn't able to really pay attention to any other parts of the map during my gameplay. I would say, honestly, Delight did play really well. I think you're right. The Alistar game was quite incredible. And according to Peanut's interview, he said the team's form is up to 80% and the tier list is complete. So we can totally feel that confidence. What are your thoughts on the statement? You know, yeah, we can tell how confident Peanut is based on that statement.
얼마 전 5,000 어시스트를 달성했던 피넛 선수에게 또 좋은
And after the recent 5,000 assist milestone, there's another good news about Peanut.
피넛 선수에게 축하해.
He has reached another first ever 500 wins as a jungler. So anything you would like to say to him?
승리를 제상대로 한 게.
Actually, I saw that standings and I noticed that I was on the 7th in the standings, and I feel like I was a big contribution to his milestone. So I guess congrats, Peanut.
농심입니다. 농심의 경기력도 요즘 대단하거든요.
And your next opponent will be Nongshim Red Force.
네, 농심전이
What is your resolution?
동팀이 되게 강팀 상대로
Our
잘하는 모습을 많이 봐서
Match against Nongshim Red Force. We've seen a lot of strong moments with him, so we will have to make sure that we are prepared and well prepared for that one.
감사합니다.
And that's the end of the interview with Zeus. See you at the space in a bit for another interview with
저희가
Peanut.
정말
Thank you.
오랜만에 좀 등장했었.